Well, guys, we watched a movie.
I feel like I watched half of it and woke up to a weird part.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive in here. I feel like there's going to be many opinions, but maybe really not much to say.
No, I feel like we need to try to do a quick breakdown of this movie. I'm gonna try it.
Oh, I was going to say this is all. I'm giving this one to you.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I was going to give it to Patrick, but then he was the smart one and dozed off for a little bit. No, okay, 2003, Takashi Miike, Gozu,
Which means cow's head.
which means cow's head. Nathan,
We learned.
fucking hit it, son.
Wow.
Okay, this movie. I did kind of liken it to a fucked up Alice in Wonderland. As far as the very beginning, you think, okay, it's gonna be another Miike Yakuza movie. We're gonna have gangsters. There's gonna be some fucked up shit. It might be a little weird, but it's really not that at all. It's more of a trippy horror movie, very slow burning, especially at the beginning. Kind of just, it's like. I almost feel like how long parts of it are kind of is just trying to lull you into this false sense of like it's trying to slow you down, and then it sets you up for the weird shit that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're safe. If you guys are familiar with Takashi Miike, he's kind of notorious for a certain style of filming, and his stuff's generally very graphic and over the top and everything.
A lot of shock.
Yeah, and this one, feels very safe.
Okay,
I felt safe.
Gives you a false sense of security.
no, but does it make any sense?
It
Or am I
does.
just
It does 100%.
Okay, so this movie starts. We got these gangsters hanging out at their little gangster hangout, and we've got the cop from Dead Alive, or is it Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive.
Dead
Miike.
Alive.
Dead or
Oh,
Alive.
yeah, Dead or
Dead or
yeah.
Alive. Dead Alive is the is the Lord of the Rings one. So the cop, he's a gangster, and they're having a little gangster meeting, and he looks out and he sees a dog, and he says, "Oh my God, I just had a revelation."
Okay.
You pointed it out too. The very first thing he says is, "Everything I'm about to tell you is a joke."
It's a
Yes.
joke. It's not real.
And everybody's taking him seriously.
But what just occurred to me is that is Miike talking about this entire movie.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
That's Brian's quick, man. You were on it. Yeah, so
we have a lot of time to think about it.
he tells his boss, he says, "Everything I'm about to tell you is a joke," and he looks at it, he's like, "See that dog?" And it's this like little Pekingese,
Yeah.
it's like this big. It's like that's a Yakuza, that's a trained Yakuza killing dog.
to kill Yakuza.
Yeah. Once you become a made man, it kills you. He's like, "That one?" Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I can't, we got to get it before it gets you." And he goes out and he just like takes this dog and football spikes it into the pavement. It's like crunching. It's making this squishing, crunching noise.
He pulls a Freddy got fingered like with the baby with the umbilical cord. He's swinging it around by its leash. It's the funniest shit ever.
So, and you just see his gangster bosses just, they all have this look of horror. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? So we're now, it's him in the backseat, the dog killer, and his brother, his sort of like his kohai. It's the guy that's under him in the organization. He calls him brother, and they're driving off. They have this assignment to Nagoya, and what he doesn't know, what's his name? Ozaki. So what Ozaki doesn't know, the dog murderer that is, basically he's being sent, his brothers, he's been tasked with driving Ozaki out to kill him and dump him, take him to this place to dispose of his body. And of course, while we're there, he sees a Yakuza car.
Yeah.
The car that's gonna try to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a woman sitting, like, so he freaks out. He's like, stop the car. He gets out. He's got his gun. He's leaning up against it. He tells his brother to get out. And he's looking and explaining this. And then the brother runs over there, right? And he's looking in. This is this woman sitting behind the wheel with a nosebleed.
It's like
Yeah, which
weird
I'm
smile
not
on
even
her
going to
face.
try to guess what was supposed to be going on in there, but
I feel like she was just supposed to be really terrified.
Yeah.
Just so terrified she was just frozen.
okay, I can buy that.
I'm guessing that's
yeah,
what it was.
I'm on board.
This movie has a lot of those moments. Like, yeah, all right, I'm on board. So before he comes up to the woman. Ozaki comes up to the woman, and he's gonna kill her. And before he can, the younger guy, our main character Minami, runs up and hits him on the back of the head, knocks him out, dumps him in the back.
It turns into Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, for a few minutes. Dumps him in the back of the car, and then he slams on his brakes later, and he hits his head on
Before that, Minami tells the old lady, just get out of here, and she just backs straight up forever.
Well, I wouldn't call it straight.
Yeah. Well,
like-
swerving, but...
That's the second time I've done that. This video, third time.
Huh.
Drinking game. Sorry.
So yeah, he's got his body. He dies. He's dead. He didn't think he was dead. He's dead. So Minami goes to, he's trying to, he calls his boss. He's trying to figure out what to do. He's like, well, if he's fucking dead, just take him and dump him like we said. Good, great. Mm-hmm. So, but he goes and he stops at this diner kind of thing.
Coffee shop, sort of a.
Yeah, and the thing, this is where you start to notice things are going weird. Like, beyond just Ozaki being crazy, things just don't seem right. You have the three, he walks in and there's like three people who all look like the same guy, basically in different versions of drag. Mm-hmm. And they're all just lined up, and they all say welcome and bow at the same time. He asks for coffee, and they bring him this chicken custard thing, which he just devours and then immediately goes and throws up everywhere.
Yeah.
But while this is happening, you have these two old guys, and one is on the phone, and he is repeating the same conversation over and over.
It actually did. That really
I
did.
think
That
it's
kind of got under my skin.
He's
Not
like,
in a good
oh,
way.
and I said it was hot outside. Yeah. Yeah, no, he was like, shirt. No way.
Yeah, I was wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're not exaggerating.
Exactly.
This lasts the entire time that we're in this coffee shop, which is...
He said he didn't believe me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get another 10 yen.
Yeah.
Let me fumble through this change.
Yeah, for the phone. He was paying for the phone call.
Yeah, and they, there's a lot of repetitive, like, he keeps staring at him. He's like, you're not from Nagoya, are you?
That's what I was going to point out. There's like 2 times, I think, in this movie that said to him.
Cop says it to him.
So I was kind of latching onto that line too. Like, is that anything? I don't think
really
it was,
from
though. I think
Nagoya?
it was just kind of supposed to be a little weird. You know?
Just,
Everything's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's. So he goes and vomits up the chicken stuff, the pudding, chicken pudding, and it's Japan,
And them and their chicken pudding.
And he comes back, and of course, Ozaki, his body's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he's really freaking out. And this is like, our main character is the most un-Yakuza-like Yakuza in any movie ever. He's just this sort of like, he's scared of everything. He's just freaking out. He's inept. He's just sort of running around from thing to thing, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, trying to find his brother.
And so his boss, he calls his boss, and he's like, well, obviously he didn't fucking get up and leave. You said he was dead as shit, so find his body. And he tells him to go find, there's this gang in the town I know about. Go find them.
Mm-hmm. Was this while he was fucking the girl with the ladle up his ass?
I was about to say we should go ahead and point this out.
Tell us about that real quick.
Yeah.
That scene.
Yeah, the boss answers the phone call while he's having sex with this girl, and you notice this ladle just coming out of his ass. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that about? Why?
Well, we find out later.
Uh-huh.
You were asleep for this.
Oh, okay.
We'll go ahead and
Yeah, fill me in on this.
All it is that's the only way that he can get up.
It's just this thing.
Just something up there, or the ladle?
No, it's got to be a type of spoon.
Yeah, he
It
has,
has to be.
He has a shrine of spoons.
A shrine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Did
a
you
shrine.
notice there were huge prints of photos behind the spoons that look like the inside of like either throats or assholes?
I did not.
Yeah, it was like the inside of an organ.
Oh, that's cool.
behind-
I was so
Yeah.
I was actually
Yeah.
like, for some reason it was just one of those scenes where like I was trying to focus on what it was exactly. I was like, at first to me I was like, why does he have all those like it looked like a 6th grade science project to build a volcano.
They did, yeah.
That's what I kept looking at. I was like, why does he have all that? I was like, oh, there's spoons in them.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the pictures. All right, let's go watch it again. We'll get back to you. Part 2 coming soon.
Yeah. So so now he goes and he's trying to find this gang. We'll skip all the ways he goes to. This is one of the things we talk about this movie being long. Some of these parts in here just didn't need to be this long, where he's trying to find this gang, and then he stumbles. And I like this scene where he sees the guy sitting out in the field. This is where he stumbles across.
Oh yeah, okay.
This guy, this is one of our other main characters. Nose is his name, and he's got like this part of his face, half of his face is painted with like white paint.
And I'm
he's
so glad that. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying he sees him and he's sitting in this field of tall grass, just looking at porn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His explanation for this white spot. Were you awake for this?
Yeah, it was some like he was
I'm
like
not trying to
born.
Give
with
us
it.
a
Yeah.
nod or a shake of the head
Yeah.
if you're awake.
Like he
for
was
the scene.
born with some.
Yeah, he said there was
skin
like
thing.
less pigmentation over here, and I was thinking, because I'm very forgiving on effects and stuff like that with these kind of lower budget movies, but I was thinking like, oh, please don't let them like actually, because I mean, there was paint like
It's
over
clearly
here,
paint, and
yeah,
they zoom in on
it's-
him like
yeah, scratching
scratching
it
and
off.
chipping the
Yeah.
paint off
Yeah,
of his
yeah.
head. It's just another one of those things to fuck with you, I think.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's another weird thing. And so, yeah, he hooks up with that guy, and
because his tire blows. He has the bone in his tire.
yeah, he
Yeah.
says,
guy
"I'll
calls,
bet
he's
it's a
like,
bone."
I bet it's a bone. Pulls it out. He's like, told you.
That's like they throw all these things like that at you that make you go, "Okay, what's that about?"
Mm-hmm.
That's a bone. He's like, "I bet it's a bone." It's this big fucking sharp piece of bone.
Well, everybody's thinking too deep into this movie.
Yeah,
about the meaning
that's-
behind this, and
That's kind of
yeah,
Well,
where I'm leaning,
But the thing is, we're still at the beginning, so
Yeah.
you're still trying to think about piecing things together. We're now on the other side, and it's just like. But anyway, let's. Yeah.
Well, because now is actually when we really. This is where the rest of the movie, this is where we start. Basically, we've established stuff now to a degree, and now this is kind of where the rest of your movie takes form. It's like, okay, now he's with this guy. They're going to go try to find his brother. It's just taken a really long time to get there.
we're gonna skip some of those scenes that don't matter. Like he gets how he finds the gang, and then he gets sort of initiated. But anyway, basically the gang boss says, which is literally just a guy in a beat up old bus, you can take Nose with you, and he'll help you find it. So they go back to the cafe, and wait, they went to the house. They went to the hotel. Yeah, he said, well, if you want to, it's too late, and you have to spend the night. We're going to do this at my speed. So Nose grabs him by the hand and walks him into the hotel. And this is where we meet. This is where this is where the movie really comes into its own, I would say.
Comes into its own.
We meet
Coming into something.
yeah, old lady and her brother, who's her brother is a bald kind of Igor kind of figure.
Yeah, Igor's a good way to put
He's-
it.
he's
He's a
special.
little slow, a little dumb. Yeah. Bath scene?
Yeah,
Because that's when we
yeah.
start to
yeah.
learn some interesting
That's where things
characteristics.
take a weird turn in the hotel. Yeah.
You
So
see,
the guys, I'm sorry, Patrick. Go ahead.
you see some grandma boobs.
Yeah. He's in this awesome little room. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah.
really cool. It's like all these, like you're in like a stone pool in the middle of a jungle.
Yeah.
I want that. I used to just get excited
giant
about
hot
thinking
tub.
about a double shower thing. You know what I mean? I was like, man, that'd be awesome. Have maybe like a little bench to sit on. But now I want to upgrade. I will no longer be satisfied with
Giant
just the,
hot
just
tub
the
that looks like a jungle. Yeah, man.
So yeah, he's sitting there. He's
Old
bathing.
lady,
he's-
scrub your back.
Yeah, she offers to come in and wash his back, which is
customary.
weird enough as it is.
It's
From
customary.
neck down,
It's complimentary.
you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Just got, I mean, you know what those things do down there.
Excuse me?
those things.
Those breasts.
Oh, I thought you
Oh.
were saying, do I know what grandmas do?
The grandma's dude out there. That's what they do.
No, yeah. So she's offering to scrub his
She
back.
just got a
and
towel
he's
on.
saying no.
Yeah.
And then she's like, they're big, right? They squirt out milk. Yeah, and then she gives us a little demonstration that
Yeah.
it comes through her towel.
And runs down.
Down her leg.
Ugh.
She's like, you can have some if you want. He's like, normal people don't do that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just
yeah.
freaking out the whole time. He's like, what?
Yeah, this
Why?
is.
No. It's like, no, really. And she goes, that's what they all been saying at the hotel lately. It's like, that's what they've all been saying.
God. And you get a little scene of a kid, like just like a little bit later on in the movie, drinking out of this glass
Drinking out of
bottle.
milk.
You know, and then it cuts to, you see her sitting in the room with the guy, with her brother, and she's like producing these milk bottles.
Filling
You know,
up
she's
milk
just-
jugs.
It sounds
Every
like
time
halfway
she squeezes
between
it.
pain and pleasure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's that thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just him. It's a lot of him just trying to find his bro, and
They try to. Was this like a seance?
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
She
to
she
conjure
says
up the
she says
spirit.
my brother has this talent. We can have a spirit talk through his body.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to try it out? And he's so desperate at this point. He's just like, yeah, fine, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Because remember, at this point, his Nose had left him. He was just like, leave me alone. I didn't even like you anyway.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Because Nose
yeah.
was
When they
trying
go
to
back
come
to the
on to him.
diner,
Yeah.
he kind of Minami
Buddies up with
flips
those
out.
Two old guys. Yeah.
Minami flips out and attacks the old guy because he's like, "You guys are all fucking with me," and it does feel that way. It feels
It
like
does.
everybody's fucking with him.
Like they're all in cahoots.
Yeah, and he freaks out, and then finally Nose's like, "Man, just go away. I'm gonna stay here and hang out with these old buddies of mine." Yeah, it's hot
So I
outside,
says to
wasn't
the
it?
guy, he
Yeah.
starts telling the story
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it being hot.
So yeah, he'll try anything. So he do the seance, and
She pulls out a riding crop
she has him do the little chant, and she has her brother take his shirt off.
like he used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
She pulls out this riding crop for like a horse, right? And
Yeah.
What else would you ride? Cows. Anyway,
cows.
And she proceeds to beat the shit out of him. And he's like, this part was really comedic. Because you're thinking like, oh wow, this is like Bruce. This is like for some kind of some sort of a reason. He's like, ouch, like and screaming like it hurts, and the guy.
He's like, can spirits talk to you? He's like, no.
Yeah. No, this is not a
He's
thing.
like, help me out.
My sister is fucking insane, and you're sitting there watching this happen to me, and she's like, it doesn't matter if he can or if he can't. It's part of their code for the hotel. Like
Yeah.
what was it? She said, we
Like, we do what it takes to make,
yeah,
our
we'll do
service or
anything we
something.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to make you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
She's like, basically, you better fucking try.
Yeah.
She's beating the shit out of him. He's running away screaming.
it's extra funny too because you got to keep in mind just use your imagination and think about any movie that you've seen with a seance in it. They got the candles set up and it's this whole elaborate production that you want to believe, number one, because you're like, please let something fucking happen in this movie. And number two, I don't know, I think it's pretty believable. So it makes it even more comical, like when he's just screaming like, ow, this isn't a thing. All right, carry on, my friend.
Okay. So I'm trying to thread our way to how do we get to Okay. So during that scene, he's about to leave, and then Nose is just he
sitting
like
there.
teleports into the room. He's sitting in the room.
Oh yeah, he's back in there and he's scared.
Yeah, he's terrified. And he says basically the people that run that cafe, that guy died 3 years ago. And he's all freaking out. And then suddenly they hear a farting noise. Door down in a hall that was not there. It was I don't know. This door opens and you see the guy that was dead and he's just taking a shit. And they smell it and they're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then he screams.
Yeah. But how did we get to That's what it was. He tells him, he says, "Those guys did say, my buddies said that they did see your friend."
Yeah. They gave further information on how to find his brother.
Yeah, they were lying. They did see him, and he said he was going to the
Market with the American woman
to get some rice. Yeah, we'll skip that. He got some rice, but anyway, we find out he basically had come back to the hotel.
I like how this quickly. We're just gonna skip that.
Yeah, I just like
This is a pointless.
I like there was a part where she's reading off everything she is saying taped up
that
on
is
the
important.
wall.
Yeah, that is important to note.
Yeah.
Because that adds another layer of what's going on. She knows the answers to his questions are on the wall.
She's able to tell him that his brother checked into the same exact hotel that he is staying at. So he goes back to the hotel to try to, he's asking the brother and sister, like, "Hey, did someone else come in here last night and check in?" And this is actually where she's filling up the jars with the milk and everything. And she says they allowed him to stay in the storage room upstairs because every other room was taken. And he's like, "There's an upstairs."
Which is previously, we forgot to mention, where he had milk dripping down on top of him from when he was eating.
Yeah, he was sitting in his bedroom eating dinner, and like you said, there's like a light shade kind of a deal or something, and milk and stuff was dripping out of.
When he filled a giant bowl over it overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes up there. He says, "Can I spend the night here? My brother might come back." He's like, his scent is on the pillow.
Yeah.
So he spends the night, and this is that scene in the movie. This is if you've seen the cover in the title, Gozu, he hears a noise. There's, like this weird mumbling shit happens throughout this movie, and goes out, comes back, and in this room he sees
Man cow.
fucking
man underwear cow,
a minotaur, a cow man, animatronic cow head, dripping jizz from its mouth.
Yeah.
It is jizz.
I mean,
It's
like real.
I
Either
guess it's-
jizz or really thick milk.
Yeah, I guess
you know?
I really do think that it's supposed to be the milk.
They just wanted to make it look drippier.
I think so, but it very realistically passes as cum. I'm just being honest. Like but I don't think that the cum part makes much sense. So I think it has to be milk. But he approaches, this guy, and he starts fucking this huge, like animatronic tongue.
Yeah.
Not to steal, you were saying animatronic, but yeah, the tongue came out. It starts licking him all over the fucking face, and it's pretty gross.
Yeah,
It's pretty gross.
but
But
giant goopy tongue licking him in the face.
You
and
never
he's
had a
just-
cow lick your face before?
no, I do like cows.
Yeah,
Have you had a cow lick your face?
I have.
Okay.
It was terrifying.
Big tongues.
Yeah, don't like big
Rachel
tongues.
loves them. The cows, I mean. That's cool. I've
Yeah.
always I like cows.
Okay.
I'm kind of jealous.
I mean, we can make it happen.
Do you have a cow?
I live near a cow. Several cows.
I live near a cow. Correction, several. What do you do? Just walk over there all willy fucking nilly and just come in
Yes, I wait
like, "Oh, Patrick."
till the
it's
middle
you
of the
again."
middle of the night. Just walk over, hang out with the cows.
Who wants a kiss?
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame you. Anyway, okay.
So he gets licked. This is a fucking. It's creepy. This scene. I think it's. Especially if you haven't seen the amount of weird shit that we have, I would say this is really creepy scene for a lot of people. This is disturbing a little bit because it's just the way it just fucking walks up and what.
Sorry, I completely forgot about the fact so we have this cow, and the entire time in the background, the brother is sucking boob milk out of his
that was
sister
that
in the
scene.
bed.
Yeah,
that was
Mommy,
later.
like,
Okay.
Doing the whole.
Yeah.
It was at the same time, and you hear baby. You have baby
Yeah.
crying along at the
Yeah.
same time, just out of nowhere. That happens a few times where you'll hear the baby crying in the background, very low.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever she's whipping him with the riding crop, there's a baby crying.
Even out when he's outside the hotel, you hear it very low for just a couple seconds. You'll hear it,
Okay.
like before he even goes inside. But yeah, you see he's sucking his sister's titty while this cow is licking his face.
Hands
Take that in. That's
hands him a note, it looks like kind of like a burned letter or something.
It looked kind of like it was sewn cow leather.
Yeah,
It looked like a wallet.
It's like
a
skin.
female
Yeah,
wallet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense then. Okay. Yeah, and this is a message to him saying, "Meet me at the junkyard."
Signed Ozaki, your bro.
One love.
Yep. Fast forward to junkyard. Two guys that I guess are kind of running the joint. One just wants to know who he needs to dispose of, and the other is like, "Oh yeah, that guy," because the guy's asking like, "Hey, have you seen this guy?" "Oh yeah." Which God,
This
yes,
crude drawing.
the drawing. I almost completely forgot about that.
Put a pen. I could.
Yeah, so he tries to, he's drawn up a sketch, and it's just a very
It's like a
crude
7-year-old
pencil.
Charles.
I
7-year-old
actually don't know where
child.
handy. I'm
It's
sorry.
it's really yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's one of those. Just you basically imagine.
But it
him
does
up-
look like him.
It does. You see the jacket. You see the hat. You see the
hair.
sunglasses and the hair.
It's definitely one of those, like, if you have a kid, they bring a picture of you home. Look, Dad, I made a picture of you. Oh, that's nice. We're going to put this right on the fridge.
Yeah.
And then in the trash.
So anyway, he's showing them this picture. The guy's like, "Oh yeah, I
He
remember
turned
him."
up dead.
But
we
but
squished
he's
him.
dead. And it shows a car compactor coming down, squishing a car that he's in.
Blood just pouring out of it.
As it should.
That car was white, and so was our Yakuza car.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, too. I thought that was the...
Probably
Yakuza
nothing
car.
once again to dive into.
It didn't occur to me. Yeah.
But anyway,
was.
so blood's coming out of it, and this is a funny thing. There's a storage unit,
Oh.
or not a storage unit. I'm sorry, like a closet in this place, and it's like when you go to the dry cleaners and everything has the like the plastic wrap
Yeah.
stuff over it, and they sift through like, "Oh, what is it?" And it's human skins that have been dried.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yakuza, because
They keep
it's
the
like they're
tattoos.
keeping the
Yeah.
tattoos. Yeah.
So he finds the one for his brother. He pulls out. He's like, "Yeah," and he points at the penis.
It's like a flattened
He's like, this is your
penis.
brother's
He's
penis,
like,
right?
"This is your brother," pointing at his dick. Oh man. Yeah, and then okay. Phew, Jesus, this is a fucking movie.
So it was
The
like...
brother is now a woman.
Yeah, how does
Literally, this woman
happen?
is
Sitting in the
'Cause-
back of the car.
Yeah,
and
I've
she's
never
like, "Oh,
seen
your brother."
that.
I don't know, man.
Because I see that happen, then I went off to sleep. Because I'm like, what?
I imagine
Why?
people hearing us describe this right now go, "How the fuck did you fall asleep?" Right?
It lulls you to sleep. I had drank a
It's
Monster
too-
Energy drink
It's too slow.
to stay awake. Yeah. It's gotta speed
lulls
up.
you to sleep with fucking people with cows' heads over their own,
Sister,
licking faces, sister
it doesn't-
lactating milk.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't shock me awake.
It's just a normal day.
Yeah, it's just a normal day
Life
in my
of no more
head.
popcorn,
Yeah.
No, so yeah, that is as bizarre as it sounds. The brother does not I'm just gonna call the guy. What's our main character's name again? I'm sorry.
Minami.
Okay, so Minami goes to his car, and the woman's sitting in the back seat.
Gorgeous Japanese woman.
And he's talking to her like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "I'm your brother." And then she begins to prove herself by answering or not answering questions, telling him things that only he would know.
Remember how you got circumcised and all this kind of stuff, and how the first time you beat off it was to a picture of two dogs fucking.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I only ever told my brother that.
So we have a scene where they're in a hotel room or someplace. I don't know. They're in a bed.
They're in a love hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They actually say that.
Yeah.
Sorry for the love hotel. So they're in a love hotel. She's actually asking him to come to bed with him, and he's saying no. Once she falls asleep, he's inspecting her body because he's still, at least this is the way I took this, is he's like, this is my brother. So he's kind of like feeling her breasts. And there's like some sounds coming from her
It's like
genital area.
Sounds. It is a voice mumbling things, including Gozu. Like,
Including Gozu,
like,
yeah.
Gozu. Gozu.
So she comes to in the midst of all this, and he's apologizing and saying, I'm so sorry. Kind of like this isn't what you think sort of a deal. And she's like, well, if you want to have sex, just wake me up. And
let's do it, man.
She's all game for it. We're at a truck stop.
Yeah, she wants to run off. He invited me. She wants to run off with a trucker. Trucker pulls her, pulls her toward his truck like they're gonna fuck in the truck, probably, right?
Huh.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
They go back
I feel like
to
this
boss.
is such a sloppy.
He calls his boss. He says he calls his boss and says, yes, he's dead. Ozaki's dead, but there's this problem. And his boss is like, what the fuck you mean? He's like, I better tell you when I get there. Which was his 10th mistake. He's So he goes back, and we cut to him trying to tell his gang, no, it's actually he's my brother. Ozaki's this woman now. And they're like, you're fucking crazy. You're as crazy as Ozaki. I'll send you to the fucking dump, you stupid ass.
And then the woman comes in, and then she does not validate his story. She starts telling an entirely different story about who she is. And I'm the daughter of this guy you helped years ago. Correct, yeah. So it's kind of a way to lure him in, I guess, basically. Yeah. Now we are reaching our finale. Yeah. Are you guys comfortable with going ahead and speaking on the finale?
Listen, I want to tell people if they are at all intrigued by what we've said, pause now and go watch this movie because you want to see the end of this. And I'm glad. I mean, this ending is amazing. And one of the things I was thinking as we were getting toward the ending was there better be a goddamn good payoff. If this just fades out into I'm just gonna be so angry, but there is a good payoff. This is one of the best fucking scenes I have ever seen. It's so good.
I'm going to go top off my drink. Legitimately. This is...
Well, shit.
Not only am I thirsty.
Well, shit, I'm going to too. Patrick, keep give us your thoughts.
I don't remember what I dreamt about, but I know what I woke up to. For this scene, this scene was very different. I never thought I would witness this happening at all. I don't know if they want me to actually say what's going to happen without them being here. So right now they're talking about slushies and whatnot, and there's a lot of goopiness. Some motions reminiscence of double fisting. And okay. So I waited on doing the reveal of the
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you just said it all and we just come in here.
Well, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
So she lures the gang boss in, Spoon Guy. This is And he just flings her onto the couch. Is like, "Don't worry, baby, I'll take care of you."
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
like this instantly goes into sex mode. Like that's all
And he's like, he goes, "This is where we see his spoon collection," and they're like labeled like soft to hard to like medium to hard.
See, I didn't catch that either.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know why I'm so concerned that I didn't see
There's
these labels
softness
and
of
butthole
spoons?
pictures, but
Yeah.
Okay.
No, how aroused he wants, like the intensity of the feeling. It's
Oh.
like the rating. He has like a rating
So I guess
system.
they like hit his prostate a certain way.
I think that's what you're supposed to get. Because what
Yeah.
happens
he
here
picks
is
a huge metal ladle.
yeah, he picks one, and there, you know, she's laying on the floor and everything, and he's inserting it. He's inserting it in himself and getting.
like the 2-finger licks. Like,
Yeah.
right.
He's getting up in
Hold
there.
on a second. I need this to get hard.
He gets to a certain point, and he's like, "Ooh, almost blew off without you," you know. And of course, she is smitten by this, man. She's just fucking fuck yeah. I'm just kidding. She's not. She's laying there very robotic.
I know. She's looking at him like, because as he's doing that, remember, she's
that's
like
right, she's
spreading her legs.
a
She's
little bit and
like,
stuff,
let's
yeah.
go. I mean,
Yeah.
basically.
So they're fucking, and
No, they don't. They don't.
well, they're
about to.
yeah, they're about to, and dude's like trying to.
He's like, no.
He's trying to come in and stop the whole thing, but he needs his boss's help. I thought that was kind of funny. He's outside the window, hung on by a water hose, and he's like trying to. He's like
tied
trying to
a
do one of those,
water
like-
hose.
Yeah, he's trying to do like that heroic thing. I'm going to swing in the fucking window and save the day, but he gets stuck.
He's like, you can't do this to my brother. But then he's like, help.
Yeah, yeah. So he asks him for help, and he goes over and he helps him in. He's like,
He
"You
runs
asshole."
over, ladle
The
still
boss?
in his boss runs over,
Dick out, ladle in his ass.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh man.
Pulls him through the window and it's just like slaps him. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And just starts to beat his ass.
Yep.
Trying to be a cock block.
Oh, keep going.
The whole
Keep
time,
going.
the whole time, hot bro chick is just laying there watching, and they have a fight. Manami hits him once, knocks him back. He falls on the ladle.
How did I forget that?
Yeah, falls backwards. We see the ladle, and then like him sinking down, and then like jizz
He starts
dropping
coming.
into the ladle.
What?
And he's just like, he has the greatest look of pleasure anyone has ever had.
Yep, he went out on a good note.
Yeah.
For him, I think. Yeah.
Huh.
And he just like, he falls all the way down onto this thing and falls over, like quivering from the biggest orgasm ever. And then Manami takes a lamp. I guess somehow it had been knocked, the top had been knocked off, so he had 2 exposed wires.
Right.
And he takes that and brings it over and sticks it on the ladle the metal ladle that's sticking out of his ass, and electrocutes him and kills him.
That
You missed all this?
Yes, I
What
missed
the
that.
fuck, man?
Yeah.
Told you, it lulls you to sleep.
Okay. So.
She's like into it. She's like, wow, just sugoi.
Yeah. So you want to go ahead and switch into next sex scene?
This is I'm literally just talking into my
Trust me, that's the only way to watch this one or talk about it. So now our main guy is engaging in sexual intercourse.
He says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fuck my brother. I don't
Yeah,
care."
yeah.
Because they weren't like
my brother's
like
hot.
real brothers. They just call
No,
each other
it
brothers.
was like it's an honorific. He
Yeah.
was basically like his mentor.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
yeah. They weren't literal brothers.
See, I was unclear on that the whole time. I was like, I don't know actually if it's supposed to be legit or not, but
yeah, I think it was just he's his, his senpai.
Okay.
It's his- yeah.
so he's fucking his brother.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's a very because he is a virgin. He knows this.
he's a virgin, and at this
got a
point,
huge dick.
yes, that's what I was going to say. At this point, we have to bring up the fact that he has a very huge dick, apparently, according to everyone that's seen it in this movie. So whenever she sees it, she's like, put it in, and he's like hesitant. He's like, I don't want to. I'll bust you, brother. That's what he says. He's like, I'll bust you. So she's like, no, all of it. Fast forward,
Cram it in.
puts it all in. Well, when he tries to, you know,
Oh, he's
once
like,
all
it's
in,
tight.
he-
He's like, it's tight.
Yeah.
Then he's like, wait, it's like
too tight. It's too tight.
This is so good.
If any of you are fans of teeth, this scene is better than the
It's better.
entirety
Yeah.
of Teeth is a good movie,
Yeah.
but this is yeah, if you want to scare somebody out of
I
sexual
thought it was
intercourse,
gonna
this
go-
is how you do it.
I thought it was gonna go the teeth route, but this went so much better.
Yes. So they're fuck. Are you awake?
Are
yet?
you awake at this point?
I woke up to
No.
a thing.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't
Hold
just
on.
yet.
Hold on.
So he's trying to pull out, and
Yeah.
he's like fucking
He's
going
like-
everywhere, and her body's just following.
Yeah, he's just pulling her. So
Yes.
you have this thing, and it looks great. He's like, he just keeps backing up, and like her legs are just right there. So he's just like backing out the door down
Yeah.
the hall,
Yep.
and he's just like trying to pull away, and it's just like he's just tugging, and you're just really feeling his dick being wrenched out as he's trying to like pull away from this, and he just can't.
Yeah, and then you got a close up, and you see. I couldn't tell if to me it looked like fucking Aylmer from goddamn Brain Damage coming out of her at first. That's what I see. But it ends up what it is. It's just hand.
The hand. So yeah. So you
What-
see
that's been holding
you
on to-
see him pulling away, and there's a hand coming out of her vagina, grabbing his dick.
Yes. And then
And it looks. Let's
Yeah, go
focus
ahead.
on
Go right
this.
ahead.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like you see this. I don't know how they did the special effects, but it looks real. It looks really good, especially when we get to what happens in a minute. I'm gonna watch the special features later. I hope they talk about how they did this.
oh, I'm sure they will. I don't think there's any way they could avoid that.
So he's able to get away from the hand.
He's able to get away because hand lets go. He smacks it a few times, and it lets go. And then the hand is kind of doing this deal and crawling itself across the floor, exposing more of what we're about to find out. And it did. I have a thing with fingernails being broken off.
so,
Oh
yeah.
god, it always gets me. So we got one
It
of those
flips
scenes.
him off
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
right before it goes back in. It flips him off.
This is
Yeah.
what I woke up to, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And then we kind of get like a point of view from like her face. Now she's laying on the ground.
She's
still.
screaming now. Like
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
freaking out. It's not like she is conscious. She's not doing this herself. It's like she is
No.
just there and it's happening.
So we get a shot of basically what it would look like if her looking between her legs, and we start seeing hair come out of her vajayjay, and we're I haven't said that in a long time. I missed that.
How'd it feel?
Vajayjay.
Feel
That
good?
felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, she proceeds to give birth to the brother.
Yeah, you see your stomach move up and down.
Mhm.
Yep.
And it is.
His face looks like it's coming out of her vagina.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's just like,
The whole body.
And he's covered in like fucking KY jelly.
Yeah.
And he's like,
yep. He looks like a newborn child.
he's just like, it's so funny. It's,
Yep.
I just,
And this lasts a while.
Yeah.
This is not a
Yeah.
quick. Nothing in this movie is a quick scene. This takes a while. It's him. You'll get shots from where he's like crawling towards the camera, just and you feel for the
Everybody's
guy. You're like,
screaming.
God damn.
she's
get out of here.
screaming.
Yeah.
He's screaming. Minami is just frozen in terror.
Yeah, he's terrorized.
Traumatized.
So when he's almost out, this is my favorite part of the whole thing. You get this like dunk, or like a kind of a sound, and he just
Cork.
slides
Cork coming out of the bottle.
Yes, yeah.
He
Cork
slides into Minami.
it's the greatest thing. I love it. Yeah. End of the movie is the three of them skipping down the road.
He's like,
arms crossed with
yeah,
each other.
he's like, and then it goes black, and it goes, and then she was normal again. And it shows her
Yeah,
like
they
in a
put her in the
bathtub.
bathtub.
She's in a
Yeah,
bathtub
brushing
brushing her
her- yeah.
teeth. And you see 3 toothbrushes in the cup.
I guess this is like just a I don't know. They're just
Who the fuck
together.
knows what that's supposed to be? Yeah, I don't. They're walking down the street arm in arm, all three
Yeah.
of them.
Just living life, not being yakuzas anymore.
And then as we're all laughing, you see, I think it was one of the guys from the cafe. It's the very last thing you see is him laughing or screaming, and then it cuts to the credits.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that would be like an incestuous relationship if she is the brother. So the brother became.
She
the
is
brother.
him, but she birthed him.
Yeah.
It's like some Jesus shit. Is this all about like Christianity?
So
Yeah.
now we're on to something.
Yeah. I don't fucking know. So that's it. What's it all about, guys? What's it all about?
Well, it was explained.
It's all a joke.
It is all a joke. Do not
Right.
think too deep into it. I'm just wasting everybody's time.
Brian.
Yeah, no, I'll save. Do you guys want to go ahead and start our ratings?
Oh yeah.
Might as
We
well,
could, we
man.
could kind of dive into stuff like that
Might as
with
well.
them.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm honestly gonna give this a 2 because I fell asleep watching this.
But Patrick, you always fall asleep.
I had energy drinks today for this. Still fell asleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you
It's
want-
got some weird parts in it. Definitely watch it for that. Especially when, I would fast forward through a lot of stuff and just watch those parts. Might be on YouTube. Watch it there. But for that, I'm going to give it a 2 just because it is so long and drawn out. Cut down that time. Cut an hour of that out.
Yeah.
Be better.
Want me to go next, or yeah? Okay, so I'm somewhere in between a 0 and a 5. And I really do mean this. This is going to be one where I'll give my grade tonight, and I might go back and rethink it. The way that this one is, what you gave it is exactly what I was thinking about halfway through the movie. Here's my main problem, and I know I don't want to be that guy. I'm not trying to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm not trying to debate anyone on it. Just for me personally, I was like, this has to have a really badass payoff. Now, the actual ending scene, yes, that's great. But even the cow scene and stuff like that, to me, fell a little bit short because, I mean, I really was. I was like, man, there has got to be some insane act of God to change my mind on this movie. The story's fine. It's okay. There's no other way for me to put it. There's no nice way for me to put it. It is fucking boring. This movie is extremely long, and it is just, I was bored to tears for a lot of it. But when taking in, you know, like the special effects and like you said, like you and I were talking, Nathan, outside, like I haven't seen a movie like this. Even, you know, the scenes, there's nothing even remotely close to some of the crazy shit that you see in this movie. So that does it immediately boosts that score. But I realistically think that the most fair grade that I can give to this right now is a 2.5. I'm with you. It's like one of those things where it's like, God, guys, you got to see this shit. But since we're so confused at the end, I feel like I could easily just show them clips and be like, the rest of it, I don't know. You know, it's like, you know, oh, so I have to see all these other things to make sense of this? No. You really don't. I could sum it up for you in about 2 minutes as far as what your actual plot is, and the rest of it's just kind of, yeah, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, and I don't want anyone to think I'm disappointed. I know it's not the best grade. I'm just saying that overall, I don't think it's the best. It's certainly, of the very few Takashi Miike movies that I've seen, it's on the bottom. But yeah, 2.5.
Yeah.
I give this movie 5. It's 5. It's 5. I don't care about the slow. I honestly, actually, when I watched 2/3 of this movie, actually, when I stopped was right after the cow scene immediately, because I'd gone on 4 hours of sleep, and I had done martial arts for 6 hours and driven for 4 hours. I was exhausted, but I was loving it, and I didn't feel slow when I was first watching it. The only time it felt slow to me was because I was with you guys, and I knew you guys thought it was slow. Brian's like fidgeting, getting snacks,
And I never do that.
sleeping.
Though. I never do that. Though.
I
I think it's fair to mention that. Like I have a lot of patience when it comes to movies.
I had slowness by proxy. It wasn't me. I thought it was fine. I was into it. I'm into that weird, vague shit. That slow crawl. I like a lot of movies like that. Not always. This one particular, I was fine with.
Sure,
the slowness of it.
Well, it's definitely bizarre
And-
as shit, man. I mean, it's not. Yeah.
I love the just. It does at the beginning leave you're trying to figure out what's happening, and then in some sense there is that disappointment at the end of like, was there really a point? And that's and then when we got in here and I was like, oh, when he was talking about it being a joke, the whole thing was a joke. That does make more sense, because I don't know if there really is a way to make this movie make sense.
Right.
But I love all the weird shit in this movie. I don't care if it makes sense. I always like that mystery. In fiction, I like mysteries that are not completely explained.
Sure.
Like plots that, and especially
An open ending kind of.
well, not just an open ending, but say a universe that is created, let's say in like fantasy or science fiction, when they create a universe where they don't explain every single aspect of it, but they make you really want to know more.
Yeah, it's like with ambiguity. It's like with Black Christmas, how we never know who the killer is. There's something special about that.
Right. So I don't mind all the random weird shit, and I do that cow scene, and I like the fucking character with the white on his face. I thought he was funny. Just his mannerisms, the way he moves around.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt what you're saying, but
character.
he was my favorite. I liked that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just the ending. The ending is so ridiculous. It looks amazing. Just the effects, however they did that. I do want to know more on how they did that. And yeah, I could almost give it a 4 just to say you probably could edit out 20 minutes, 30 minutes and make it quicker, but I still liked it anyway. So it's a 5 for me, man.
Cool.
It's 5 for me. So
All right, pretty across the board scores on that one. Yeah, that's awesome though. I totally, like I said, it's hard for me to rate things like this because I want to be honest about did I enjoy it? Do you know what I mean? And to a degree I did, and to a degree I didn't. And but it is certainly, like whenever you were texting us about it earlier and letting us know what we were going to watch, you had said, I'm on whether or not I actually like it. Now, granted, you hadn't finished it yet, but you were saying you definitely won't forget it, and I do think that is
Definitely one you're
that
not
is
gonna
definitely
forget.
something that if anybody asks me, especially like genre specific wise, like, hey, do you know any? And I'm sorry, is this like Korean or Japanese?
Japanese. Yeah,
Okay,
Mickey
so
is
if
Japanese.
anyone was to ask me from this point on, like, hey, do you have any like absurd, crazy? I would most certainly mention this movie.
Yeah, that is something I forgot. I wanted to mention that the idea that for me, a lot of it is, and a lot of what I like about what we do is I just want to find new weird things that I haven't seen before, because especially new movies today, they're all just fucking remakes, sequels. They're trying to just make the new flashier version of whatever it is. But actually finding something.
Killer Sofa begs the difference.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. But I want to see something I haven't seen before. It doesn't. It might not necessarily matter if it's like perfectly polished or whatever. But if it's a unique experience, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted that new thought, that new thing, to see that crazy thing happen. So that's what really kind of pushes it up for me, is just if you want to see something ridiculous and just you'll be thinking about it for days. Just if you're into that idea, that kind of thing, definitely see this movie.
No, and I do agree with you. Like, because I mean, whenever we decided, like before we started recording this stuff, we were watching movies together on a weekly basis for quite some time. And the whole thing was to try to like expose ourselves and each other to to crazy shit that we had come across. And it's so weird to me, like, whenever we were first starting and like a lot of the titles that we were coming across, kind of like in the horror world, I've come to find out like, oh, those are cakewalks, like everybody knows, and I still love them, but I feel like through that we've been able to like dive into deeper and deeper shit, and I love it. It. Not all of them are gold, but I would still much rather watch them than 9 out of 10 of the new garbage shit that comes out. So I think that's a very cool thing to say. And we've said it a million times before. Let's just fucking give shit a chance. Try if this one intrigues you, watch it, and yeah, start from there. Keep learning, expanding, like a cow's tongue.
Yeah, it does expand awfully wide and forward.
Reverse fisting.
Yeah, reverse fisting.
I mean, hell, we're like kind of like some of this stuff. You just bought your first like porno film.
My very first porno film.
As a grown man, you just
awesome.
You're going for a high five and you're patting my
he knows
my
where that
bald
hand's
head.
No, but there's people love that stuff. I don't know.
Brian's talking about 9 Lives of a Wet Pussy.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if rates a review on this show, but I'm gonna keep exploring, people.
Was that really your first porn film that you bought?
Literal, like, no, man. I bought some like
No, man.
long time ago. I bought some like actual porn on DVD a couple times.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But see, this 9 Lives of Wet Pussy is like that's legit early days 70s.
Yeah.
Triple X films.
Right.
It's not like.
So like downloading clips of.
What does he say? What's that? Backdoor Sluts 9.
Yeah.
What movie is that? You know.
Yeah.
Backdoor Sluts 9.
Was that a dodgeball?
It could be.
No, it was some Disney movie.
Oh, that was
Air Bud.
Yeah, Air Bud.
Yeah.
But no, I did enjoy 9 Lives of Wet Pussy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed Gozu.
Yeah.
Go, Gozu. Gozu. Gozu.
Gozu.
Yeah.
Gozu. Patrick's like, I want to go to bed. I'm dropping our voices down here for the Gozu. Oh. You know that thing I used to do sometimes.
Is that what it was in Ghostbusters?
Yeah, Zool. Gozu. Data's no longer
Are you
here.
the gatekeeper?
Are you the keymaster?
I'm the gatekeeper.
Those that deliver milk are healthier than those that drink milk.
Oh, yeah.
That
See,
thing.
that's what it's all about.
I read that off before they took it down. That makes why.
It's a cow shrine.
But nobody needs to know about our upstairs. Because, I mean, we got all this other space. But nobody needs to know about that. Okay.
I thought this was about a cow cult. I thought it was going to be about a cow cult. Thank God he didn't do that.
Yeah. Just brother turns into a woman and then
Cow cult.
bursts.
I think those two were actually
himself.
part of a cow cult, but that was just a side thing.
I'm trying to think of what a cow cult would actually do. Like,
Because don't you stop lactating after like a certain time?
I love moo, Satan. Or what if it's like a group of like Jedi cows, and they're moving spirits into different bodies.
Did you guys notice the racist black figurine on the shrine from like the 20s and 30s?
Well, it looked like it was like a voodoo thing.
Yeah, and it was a figurine that you can probably find at an antique store for like a couple $100.
Couple
A couple of hundred?
Couple
Yeah,
$100.
they sell for a lot of money.
You know,
I got a treat for you.
couple hundred. Oh shit!
Yeah.
couple $100.
Yeah.
He's got something for
He's
you.
got something here.
Here it is. You got
Oh.
one. You want your own voodoo?
No,
your
I
own
don't.
voodoo statue.
I don't need it. I'm not
Voodoo
saying I
shrine?
would go out and buy this.
Here you go. $200.
I bought this for $1.50.
Gozu.
I know what you're thinking. It's a hell of a steal.
I like his George Washington here.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh.
This is my land.
Is that where the Ozaki or whatever his name is comes out of?
Yeah.
Right there. The chest.
Gozu. Gozu. Hello.